Is that pecuniary interest by anybody? Counselor Stalo, you've already done it?
11.2D, sir.
Okay, thank you. So noted. All right, I need a mover and a seconder to go into closed session. Counselor Armstrong, Counselor Quinte. All in favor? Thank you. We're in the closed session. We'll be back. call the meeting to order, and I'd ask you to stand for the Indigenous Land Acknowledgement and the National Anthem. Thank you.
We begin this meeting by acknowledging that Quinte West is on Indigenous land that has been inhabited by Indigenous peoples from the beginning. We thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Long before today, there have been Indigenous peoples who have been the stewards of this place. In particular, we acknowledge the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe, Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the Mohawks of the Bay of Quinte First Nation. This territory is covered by numerous treaties. We recognize and deeply appreciate their historic connection to this place. We also recognize the contribution of the Métis, Inuit, and other Indigenous peoples have made, both in shaping and strengthening this community in particular, and our province and country as a whole. This acknowledgement serves as recognition of the contributions and historical significance of Indigenous peoples across Turtle Island and demonstrates our collective commitment to meet the promises and address the challenges of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission within our community.
Oops. It's okay. Okay, we got opening comments, folks, and I'll start with Councillor Roseblade. You're good? Councillor Sharp? No? Councillor Boyce?
No, thank you, Your Worship.
Councillor Kotsobis? Councillor Card? We're doing okay.
Thank you, Your Worship. I did just want to briefly acknowledge the Trentonian and Community Press ceasing their print editions as part of Postmedia's shift away from print media. I know that a lot of folks are disappointed and frustrated in the community, and I wanted to kind of give voice to that. I understand the business reasons and the market forces at play, but there are a lot of folks in the community that decision has really disappointed because they still use print media as a source of their information about what is happening in our city. So I just wanted to give voice to that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming this way. Councillor O'Neill?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This weekend, starting Thursday, is Festival on the Bay. Hopefully the weather will get a little bit better. I'd like to thank one of our local businessmen here that's donating all the fireworks for it, and they've always been awesome, and I'm sure they will be this Friday night too.
Thank you. Councillor Reid?
Thank you very much. And just a reminder to all of the residents of Quinte West that there is free music in the park on Sunday evenings at the Bob Wanamaker amphitheater from 6 to 8, and every Wednesday evening at the Frankfurt Tourist Park from 6 to 8. Obviously, tonight they both had to be, or Wednesday night's Frankfurt music had to be canceled due to the air quality, but that band will be rescheduled later on in September, hopefully, so you won't miss out on that great band. And this Saturday night, July 18th, there is a children's festival, Frankfurt Children's Activities, and at dusk, a movie called Hoppers. So there's activities for the children starting at 5:30 and running until the movie's over with. So hopefully some people will come out and attend, and it's all free.
Councillor Stidle.
I just want to say thank you to all of the Canada Day Committee for a job well done. It was super hot and it was still well done, and we ended up having to move the fireworks on July 1st to the Thursday, which actually I think resulted in a bigger crowd. But it was well done, and it was nice to see everybody out. And I also wanted to mention about the Festival on the Bay going forward, and there will be more fireworks on Friday night if the weather's good.
Councillor Armstrong.
There will also be a drone show with that. And I'd like to congratulate Dan Scher on his big band evening. It was a great time. 5 bands were involved and lots of folks for sure. And so that was a nice kickoff to the music in the park.
Councillor Quinte.
Or whatever.
Hey, thanks, Mr. Mayor. So I'm sure most people have heard about Alto and the high-speed rail. And earlier this month, there was a meeting in Kingston regarding possibly new route, which would bring the new route or the new line in, instead of earlier this year when Quinte West found out that a portion of Sydney Ward was going to get a great big swath of rails and fencing and bridges and overpasses and whatever cut through it, and whenever they decide to get around to do it. Now this new route will not only cut through Sydney, but it'll also cut right through Murray Ward as well. So effectively cutting Quinte West completely in half instead of just chopping off a third of it. And I think that's ridiculous. I am never going to support anything that's going to cut our community in half like this high-speed rail project. I know our MP says he's all for it. Well, I am not all for it at all. I think it's ridiculous. And people should be paying attention to this stuff. So you can write to the MP and voice your opinion or ask your questions. And that's what I suggest is reach out and say, no thanks, Mr. Millett, we do not want the Alto high-speed rail. Thanks.
Well, what's the one thing you neglected to mention?
That they're not talking to us?
How much is it going to cost?
I don't think anybody knows the answer. They're proposing $60 to $90 billion, and every Canadian would have to pay. So all your friends, your relatives, your grandkids, your aunts and your uncles from Newfoundland to British Columbia, from Windsor, Ontario up to Nunavut, every Canadian would have to contribute to it.
So what you're saying and what we believe is that it's ridiculous
Absolutely.
because we don't have the money. And if we have that kind of money, well, there are many other things we could do with it. We could put it into homes. We could help people have a place to live. We could do so many good things if we had that kind of money, which we don't have.
The federal government already promised to help with health care, maintain our sovereignty, invest in the Canadian military, which I know, in fact, they have done that. Luckily, our armed forces men, women have received a pay increase, long overdue. They've announced investments in equipment for the military, but they also suggested that they were going to be helping with housing. They also suggested they'd be helping with the municipal infrastructure. There are a number of things that were already on their list of things that were important to Canadians before they started ramping this rail project up.
Thank you. Thank you. Come on, anybody? Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you. I agree totally with Councillor Quinte on this. They said they'd listen to us. City of Quinte West is against it. City of Belleville's against it. Hastings County's against it. So start listening to the people that you say you're going to listen to.
And we met with them. We did meet with MP Millette, and I thought we were in agreement, but obviously we're not. So we do not support it. We have, the Eastern Ontario Wardens Caucus has issued a statement. The Eastern Ontario Mayors has not issued a statement because our group listened and discussed, and I know we didn't have enough support to issue a statement other than that we would not support it. So that's where it's at. So anyways,
Just one comment.
thank you very much. Anybody else?
One comment on that, Your
Councillor
Worship.
Steno.
So we actually have 2 MPs in the city of Quinte West. We have another MP that represents our, their riding is actually in the northern part, which is where the latest discussion is, where the route is going to go through. So I think it merits that we might want to have communications going to both MPs that we have for the city, because I believe that that will maybe get a little bit more traction. I have heard that, and this is the other part, is the communication is terrible. The communication lately that I've heard is that they're already making offers to people's property that are within the city of Quinte West. So, you know, and that's the communication, it is not appropriate. They need to be telling us more.
Okay, we'll follow up, Mr. CEO, and set up a meeting for us and get the, whatever MPs are involved, we want to meet with them, and we want to hear their side of the story, and we want to give them ours. Thank you. Okay?
Mr. Mayor?
Anything else? Sorry. Councillor Sharp.
Thank you. Through Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to advise that the Public Works Active Transportation and Safety Committee was rescheduled. It is going to be on Monday, July 20th at 3 p.m. So a friendly reminder, Monday, July 20th at 3 p.m. we will be having our meeting. All are welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think I've already got it, but it's okay. That's good,
Okay.
thank you. Anything else? Anything else from anybody? Okay.
Disclosures.
Pardon?
Disclosures.
Any pecuniary disclosures? Already, Councillor Stidle.
11.2D, I have a pecuniary interest. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. 11.2D. Okay, thank you. Okay, I need approval of the agenda, please. Councillor Quinte moves, seconded by Councillor Roseblade. All in favor? Thank you.
Your Worship, just a reminder that we need to remove bylaw, the water wastewater bylaw, because staff are going to bring back a report to council on that at the next meeting. In addition, our clerk has advised and put on your desk today a bylaw that's missed, 26-100, regarding fees and charges for the Marina Gathering Hall and for the tourist park.
Yes, we have it, so we can present that. Okay, so noted. All right. Approval of the minutes of the regular council meeting held on June 17, 26. Moved by Councillor McHugh, second by Councillor Reid. Comments or questions? Comments or questions? All in favor? Carried, thank you. And further, I guess I should have read too, further at the minutes of the closed session council meeting held on June 17th be approved, and okay, council meeting minutes on the 17th as well. Or I got that. So okay, so yeah, minutes of the special council meeting held on June 22, 2026. Minutes of the special council meeting. Need to move in a second. Councillor McHugh and Councillor Stidle. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Thank you. Okay. Okay, now I'm at the public meeting. Councillor Allier, you're taking this one on?
Yes, thank you, Your Worship. Yes, thank you, Your Worship. The Council of the City of Quinte West will hold a public meeting concerning the application to amend the city zoning bylaw for the property identified as municipally as 270 West Street, being part lot 22, concession 2, former City of Trenton, now the City of Quinte West. The public meetings are conducted as prescribed by Section 3413 of the Planning Act, RSO 1990, as amended for one zoning bylaw amendment application affecting lands in the Trenton Ward. The meeting will be conducted in the following manner for this application. First, I will identify the application being considered. Then I'll ask planning staff to outline the application being considered. Then ask if there are any members of the public who have registered in advance to attend and participate in the meeting or have any questions or comments regarding this application. If you wish to provide comments, please state your name and address for the record prior to addressing council. Anyone other than the applicant who wishes to receive further notice of council's decision on the application must submit a written request for notice of council's decision to the Director of Planning and Development Services. I will now ask the Director of Planning and Development Services, please advise the committee and council on how notice of these meetings were given. Brian, please.
Thank you, through Mr. Chair. Notice of the application being considered this evening was given in keeping with the provisions of the Planning Act, RSO 1990 as amended, by first-class mail on June 26, 2026, and posting of signs on the subject property on the same date. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now proceed with the public meeting of the evening, and it's Staff Report 7.1, Staff Report QW 26-00116, Zoning Bylaw Amendment Application. The owner is Center and South Hastings Waste Services. The agent is J. Schunock. The location is 270 West Street. The file number is D09/T11/26. I will now ask the Director of Planning and Development Services to outline this application, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This application pertains to property, as you said, at 270 West Street within Trenton Ward. This application has been expedited to Council for review rather than Planning Advisory Committee due to a pending sale of the property, which is time sensitive. The application is to amend the zoning on the property from the General Industrial Zone, Exception 2, to the Waste Management Exception 4 zone. The property historically and until recently has been operated as the facility for household waste recycling. That use is no longer operational at the property. The proposal, if approved, would permit for the use of the property as a metal recycling facility, and also part of the application is to recognise the setbacks of the existing building within the site. While this is a different zone category, hence the need for the rezoning, the review of the application tells us that the use of the building for recycling of materials is very similar to the historical use of the existing building. The property will be used very similar, both the building and the exterior of the property, as it was as the household recycling facility. The application has, as I said, been circulated to agencies and public. No adverse public or agency comments have been received to this point, and as such, this application is recommended for approval. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brian. Are there anyone in attendance who wishes to come forward and speak and ask any general questions or opposition? Please come forward at this time and state your name and address for the record, please.
Hi there, my name is Yvonne. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Yvonne. I'm the agent for the buyer side for this property. My address is 49 Angus Drive in North York, Ontario. So I just want to clarify one thing. So my client, we are purchasing this property, but our metal recycling business is mainly focusing on only copper and aluminum, and nothing else related, which will potentially damage the environment. They are all very, very clean metals that my client will be recycling on site, and we're not changing any exterior of the building. The building beside this building is already, I believe, is the waste management. So we're seeking to change the zoning, can allow my client to perform such a use for this property. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll ask one last time. Is there anyone who wishes to come forward and address any questions or comments or opposition to this application? Okay, thank you very much. This concludes the public meeting, and the staff report QW 2026-00116 is included in a later stage in the agenda for council's decision. So at this time, the public meeting is closed. Thank you.
Any delegations? I don't see any,
Yes, we do.
oh, sorry, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Samuel Hersham, co-founder, principal, Biosis Real Estate Development, will address council to speak to the recent denial of a development charge deadline extension for 2 4th Avenue, Trenton. Okay.
Hello, my name is Samuel Hirschhorn, and I am the owner and operator of Biosis Real Estate Development. Thank you, members of council and Mr. Mayor, for taking the time to hear me and my presentation. Allow me to share my screen. So this is regarding the property at 2 4th Avenue in Trenton at the corner of 4th Avenue and Dundas Street West. So we submitted an application or a request for an extension to the development charge freeze rate. That was this rate was established when we originally entered into a purchase and sale agreement back in March. Unfortunately, our request was rejected by council, and after having reviewed the meeting, it became apparent that there were a few key factors and misunderstandings that I would like to clear up with this presentation. And then I will request that council reconsider the decision. So this is our site plan, the site plan of our proposed 12-unit multi-dwelling building at the corner of 4th and Dundas. This project will be comprised of 12 rental apartment units or multi-res units. They're all going to be 3-bedroom. There will be 24 parking spaces on the site. And it's an infill redevelopment of a vacant lot, a previous site of a large house that was burned down in a fire. And this lot has sat empty and vacant for quite some time now. During the request for the extension, we noted that this project was confused with another project, a much larger project with 200 units. So I wanted to clear that up. It's not a very large project at 12 units, but it is at a prime location where housing is very much needed. And this is what the end result is anticipated to look like. So you can see on the left here, this is the current site, empty vacant land at the corner. And we're proposing a 3-story walk-up style multi-res apartment. The finishes will be nicer, but it's by no means a luxury rental. It's going to be at or below market rate. So the reason why we're requesting this extension, we bought the site on March 13th, and we entered into an agreement with the previous owners. And the previous owners had taken the site through site plan rezoning, site plan approval, and decided that they didn't want to build. So it kind of sat after site plan was awarded but never signed. In June 2025, it sat for a significant amount of time before we decided to take over the project. And we did so understanding that there was a rate freeze in place. What was unclear was the deadlines, which as we got further into the process, we understood that there were two key deadlines to this freeze. The first was April 25th. This was the rate redevelopment credit deadline. By the time we had gotten our redesign and our plans together, that deadline has unfortunately passed. And then the second deadline, which is coming up next week, is July 22nd. And that's the rate freeze deadline, which is very significant and has a big financial impact on the project. To give you kind of an update on where we're at, we have submitted for permit. We are under review with the city. They have been great at processing this project. We're just simply running out of time. We have another round of comments to address in our next submission, and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get that in before, or at least get the permit issued before the deadline on the 22nd. So this is the financial impact that we're faced with right now. The redevelopment credit was about 15,000, and then the potential development charge increase is an extra 120,000 added on to the project. To give you some perspective, in order to absorb that cost, it results in an additional, we would have to add $50 a month per unit to each unit in order just to make up for this cost. And that's something I do not want to do. I'd like to keep rental rates as low as financially feasible. So the impact, if we can't get this extension, we're going to face higher project costs. The project feasibility gets reduced, and housing ultimately gets more expensive. The reality is, if this is an incentive that was in place, we're just simply asking that we get a little bit of extra time to preserve that incentive, so that we can get our permits in and advance the project. Our project, it does align with council's goal, the stated goal in the identification of needed housing supply in the area. It aligns with the housing action plan that council adopted to accelerate housing delivery. There's also the housing accelerator fund support that council went for. All of this is meant to bring more housing to the area, and our new 12-unit purpose-built rental directly aligns with that. So why we feel this is reasonable? So we're making every effort to get this project going and off the ground. We've been working around the clock, working with planning staff, with the building department to get through approvals. The review times are out of our hands. They do have to go through their checklist and ensure that everything is complying with bylaw and code. And it just takes time. With the requests we're asking is just to preserve the incentive that was previously provided to the last owner, so that we can make this project, advance this project and make it work. And our project does support the housing objectives. So we feel that this aligns with what council need and the need of the local community. So just to reiterate, we're not requesting that we get further discounts, although any help is appreciated. What we're simply asking for is that the current rates get frozen in place for us to get permits and then get this project off the ground. So thank you for your time and your consideration in this matter.
Thank you very much. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone else for public input? Yeah, we got another delegation. President Animal Rescue Crew, ARK. Come on up, please.
Good evening, Mayor Harrison and members of City Council. My name is MJ Glasky, and I'm president of the Animal Rescue Crew. And with me is Melanie Tews. She is a member of our administration team for Animal Rescue Crew. Just curiosity before we start our presentation, we'd like to ask the members of council how many people have a pet in their household. Awesome, cool. So who we are, we're Animal Rescue Crew, AKA ARC. We are a nonprofit registered charity cat rescue that began in 1999. I guess I have control of that. 1999 in Lakefield, and established itself here in Quinte West in November of 2024. So the former president retired and we took over and set up operation here in Quinte West. Dedicated to rescuing and rehabilitating and rehoming vulnerable animals in our community. We operate through volunteers, donations, and community support. We are solely a foster-based rescue. We do not have any paid employees. We are solely volunteers. We are committed to responsible pet ownership and animal welfare education within our community. Our mission is to rescue, rehabilitate, rehome, abandoned, stray, owner-surrendered, and at-risk cats and kittens. We have next we have a little promotional video we'd like to show you that when we won the A1 Plumbing Charity Contest for the month, they put together a little presentation for us. He has to play it.
So people are really grateful that we are willing to give up our time to do what we do for the animals that don't have a voice. The Animal Rescue Crew is a charity that takes in abandoned, abused, surrendered pets and kittens, and we find them in their forever homes. I've been doing rescue work for 30 years. I've been with this group for 21. So we're solely based on the donations of the public. Our second challenge would be a lack of a facility to support the amount of cats in our intake that we have. Our intake up to this point, since July, when we started doing our database, has been well over 500. We are totally foster-based. We have approximately 25 foster homes, which is outstanding. Plus, all of our volunteers foster for us. Our board of directors all foster.
When you foster with ARC, everything is provided, so all their vet care is covered, their litter, their food, any of their basic necessities. All you have to provide is the space and the love.
It's a team effort, because if we didn't have foster homes, we couldn't do the intake that we do.
I get to see them in their forever home and know that this day with me meant something, and then the next family will love them just as much.
We have a number of adoption agencies that we're involved in. Our primary ones are PetSmart Charities, and we are located in the Belleville store, the South Whitby store, and the North Markham store. And then we are also involved in 2 Pet Values in Peterborough, 2 Pet Values in Oshawa, a Pet Value in Brighton, and a Pet Value in Sterling. Yesterday, our adoption event started, the national adoption event started for PetSmart Charities, and I set up in the Belleville store yesterday, and alone we did 11 kittens yesterday. It does take a village. Like yesterday, picking up cats, getting the adoption center set up, everybody was doing their part to make it all happen for the cats, to get them to their location for adoption.
Okay, so why are we here? We would love the opportunity to partner with the municipality in support of animal welfare in Quinte West. Our request from the city is as follows. We'd love to have access to a municipal-owned building or unused space at a reduced rate, ideally on the ground floor with a front and back accessibility, heat, hydro, and then we forgot to put water in there. It's very important that the cats have water. The growing need, why we're reaching out for help with the facility is we are solely foster-based and we're outgrowing our foster homes with our intake. So the growing need, we're finding exponentially rising intakes of animals, cats and kittens, alongside escalating vet and operational costs, have outpaced our current foster-based capacity. The need, the intake is so high. With the vet costs and the care of animals, we're finding that the calls are coming in at a much higher rate with people surrendering their pets, and we need the space to help accommodate this area. A physical facility is essential to solve our operational challenges. It will provide the dedicated space needed to handle emergencies, expand crucial TNR, which is trap, neuter, return programs, and meet growing local demand. This hub will also help provide support to the Humane Society, Hastings, Prince Edward, in neighboring Belleville, as they continue to refer residents to us when they reach capacity. We welcome the opportunity to solidify this partnership, confident that it will empower us to better serve the Quinte West community.
So I'll just talk a little bit about the numbers. Just for comparison, from January to June of 2025 to January of June of 2026. So in 2025, we took in approximately 490 cats in 6 months. And this year we have increased it to January to June, 552. We're spread around 33 foster homes, give or take at any given time. They would take in a litter of kittens and a mom, maybe 2 litters of kittens, depending on their space. Sometimes it's just a single cat, whatever their needs suit, and we're willing to work around that. Which one?
So just for our intake, we wanted to compare our numbers. If you look up there, our numbers for intake was 770 for the year. That's actually a print error. It should be 970 cats and kittens that we took into our services last year. But to compare values from January to June in '26, we want to give you a value of what we did in January to June of 2025. So in January to June in 2025, we took in 490 cats and kittens in that span of time. As compared to now, our intake is greater at 552. We do have a very successful adoption rate, and we do have many, as you saw in the video, many adoption partners, which we facilitate adoptions through. So that's our community impact as far as numbers. Thanks. Benefits that Animal Rescue Crew provides to our community. First being it reduces animal homelessness and overpopulation. By us taking in animals and trap neutering, turning them, or fixing them helps definitely reduce the population. You have a single community of cats, if they're not fixed, can have 2-3 litters in 1 year, and if they have multiple kittens, we're looking at potentially hundreds of kittens and cats in that community. It supports public safety by assisting with stray animals, therefore by vaccinating them and fixing them, and by fixing them it reduces their prey, less impact on people's gardens, and less impact on them wanting to hunt birds. It also helps decrease and support shelter overcrowding. We promote responsible pet ownership by promoting and enforcing for us by spay-neutering our pets. All our cats and kittens are spay and neutered. If not prior to adoption, when they're old enough, they come back to the organization and we look after the spay and neutering as part of their adoption fee. We also it would also help provide volunteer opportunities. It creates positive community engagement within people in the community. People love their animals. Every rescued animal represents a positive outcome for both the animal and the community. Too quick draw on this. So why does municipal support make sense? It's a cost-effective investment. Providing underutilized municipal space is a low-cost, high-impact strategy. The city gains productive use of vacant facilities while boosting animal welfare and strengthening community partnerships without major municipal spending. Remember that we are a volunteer organization. We rely solely on donations. So the community benefits would be by establishing a dedicated facility. Organizations like Animal Rescue Crew alleviate pressure on municipal services, saving taxpayers' dollars while expanding vital care for local animals and residents. Now, we know already that the Animal Services, Pierce Animal Control has the contract with the Belleville Humane Society as far as intake in animals that go to Belleville. But what happens in after-hours situation when they're not open? For example, we got a call just the other night for an animal in need. So we went out to see if we could catch that animal. At that time, Pierce Animal Control is closed. We get a number of those calls. We are doing a lot of intervention prior to the call going to Pierce Animal Control, thus saving the community, the city, taxpayers' dollars so that they don't have to look after the financial responsibility once it hits the Humane Society. The financial responsibility. Animal Rescue Crew will continue to support and sustain operations through the following: donations, grants. We did receive a community city grant from the Quinte West, which is being used to help spay and neuter members of our community who are seniors and low income and those who do not have a place to live. We also rely on community partnerships as well as sponsorships and fundraising events. So the municipal support would primarily address just the facility access, allowing more resources to be directed towards animal care. So we're not asking for you to financially support us, we're just asking for help with the building. With a dedicated facility, Animal Rescue Crew could save more lives, increase intakes and adoptions. If we had a facility, we do have an amazing group of foster homes, but foster homes can only take in so many. If we had a accessible building that we could utilize, that means our intakes could actually increase far above what we already do, which is astronomical. Expand volunteering. We could help with the Engage local students by offering high school community involvement hours. We all know that students need their 40 hours, so we could help accommodate and train kids in facilitating and volunteering within the rescue. Broaden our volunteer base in general for animal enthusiasts, and initiate senior outreach programs to promote socialization for our cats and enjoyment for our seniors. So as far as expanding, we have been involved with taking animals, cats into senior homes. Number one place that we take them into was Brighton Legacy. Lately, we've been extremely busy with our intakes, but taking cats into seniors so they have the opportunity to greet the cat, and it's very therapeutic for them. It has a 100% positive outcome when the animals go into the senior homes. Educate the public, host youth programs and education sessions at local libraries and elementary schools, and collaborate with local businesses, and boost local reputation. If we could have our own community facility, we would solidify the municipality's image as a compassionate, proactive leader for animal welfare. So a dedicated facility transforms ARC into an all-in-one hub for the following: rescues and adoptions. So we rely on a lot of adoption partners. As we mentioned in our video, we have 3 PetSmart in Belleville, Whippy, and Markham. So we're all over the map with our rescue. And so we could actually do adoptions from our own facility if we had one as well. Volunteer engagement, just brings more volunteers into helping out in the community with the animals. Educational resources, we could run little programs for the importance of spay and neutering your pet. And collaborative community partnerships, Seniors for Seniors. We love to implement a program where we have senior animals for seniors who are missing a pet but just can't financially afford a pet. So together, we can create lasting positive outcomes for animals and residents alike. So Animal Rescue Crew is committed to working collaboratively with council and municipal staff to create a sustainable solution that benefits animals, residents, and our community. By investing in community animal welfare, we invest in a stronger, more compassionate community. And on behalf of Animal Rescue Crew, our motto is saving one life at a time. We'd like to thank you for your time and your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It comes up later. Councillor Card?
Thank you, Your Worship, and thank you for the presentation, MJ. Certainly been impressed with the organization and our conversations that we've had. I just wanted to circle back to a couple of points that you touched on during the presentation. I think that are important because I know that folks might immediately go to the Humane Society and think that this sort of thing is duplication of services. I've got a few questions and comments, but if you want to talk once I finish, if you want to mention the fact that oftentimes the Humane Society, I've visited there a couple of times, and both times they were at capacity to such that community surrenders were not being taken. So effectively, you can think about folks in the community with animals that they can't care for, cats in this circumstance, obviously at risk for abandonment or even neglect if they can't financially support them, feed or provide medical care. So the duplication of services, if there was capacity at the Humane Society, then that would be a fair argument. But I don't know if when I finish, if you want to talk about how often that they are at capacity, I don't have those statistics, but it did. It took me aback when I heard that you're not taking community surrenders, that they're that full. So I think that one of the other things that you had mentioned too, and I'm happy to move a motion to ask for a staff report about this, but I know obviously a shelter sort of like that's a big ask, obviously, and you did speak to in our conversations that even some underutilized municipal space that could even be used for storing supplies and non-animal equipment would even be of value to the organization at this point, not necessarily the full, shelter model to begin with. So I thought that if council was to support a staff report, I think getting information about that too, because certainly there's a lot less implications there that would, I think, be a smaller ask, not as heavy a lift. So anyway, I'm happy to make that motion to ask for a staff report, and I just wanted to thank you for presenting.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor, I'm on Zoom. There we go. The whole presentation was there, but we couldn't see the council. Thank you for that.
Sorry, do you want to make a comment or ask a question, or?
Oh, I certainly would. I just couldn't see anyone because the screen was full of the presentation.
Sorry. Well, it was all about cats and how valuable they are.
No, I saw that. It's just that the screen was full of the presentation. May I speak, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. Sorry about that to the presenter. I just couldn't see the council and the mayor. I just wanted to also thank you very much for your presentation. And as to Councillor Card's points, I was going to ask many of those questions. What is your relationship with the Humane Society? And many of your objectives are very similar in terms of adoption, education, seniors matching, all of those things. And we as a city have contributed significantly and rightly so to the Humane Society as our partner. And as I understand right now, if I read it correct or hear you correctly, that you have adopted about 770 cats this year and have adopted 592. Really great. And thank you to the foster families that have taken in the cats. And I am a cat lover for many years. I've had many. Now I'm into dogs right now. But so I thank you because we all need to work together. But again, my concern is, of course, duplication, of course, spending additional funds. And I certainly can support a staff report, but I think the question, you're here to ask for a facility. That's what you want. You don't want money. You want a facility to help house the cats and the program. So my question is very simple. To the CAO, do we have a vacant facility to house these lovely animals or pets? That's my question to staff, not to the presenter.
Okay.
Do we have a vacant facility? Thank you.
Can we get a staff report and get that question answered in the staff report? Would that be satisfactory?
I look to Mr. Angelo.
Mr. Angelo?
Your Worship, we can bring back a staff report. I'd like to have a discussion with our manager of facilities and our director of community services and strategic partnerships. I'm not aware of any surplus city buildings at this point in time, but is there some space in some of them that could accommodate, as Councillor Card has mentioned, some storage potentially? But again, until we review that and bring back a report for council, I really can't answer the question.
Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor.
Have I got all your questions answered, Councillor Sharp?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I do. Thank you.
Okay, Councillor Quinte?
Seems to me we have a piece of land that's up for sale right now out River Valley Way. If the organization wants to buy it, I'm sure we could come to a great arrangement for them. That's my suggestion.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment or question? Okay. All right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yes, go ahead.
Through you, Mayor, I'd like to just respond to a couple of comments from Zach Card. As far as the facility base and being kind of having the same type of thing in both communities, we're not asking for a facility the size of Belleville's Humane Society. We're asking for something even like 1,200 square feet where we can alleviate some of our foster care and we can offer our community a higher intake of animals when we're getting these phone calls. The problem that we're seeing with our phone calls coming in is that the Humane Society is often at capacity. and they're handing out our cards, and we're taking in the animals that should be also be going to the Belleville Humane Society. We have an awesome reputation, and maybe it goes to hinders at times. We don't know the word no very often. So we will reach out and try and accommodate every single call we get, every request for help. We do our best to help everything. The word no very rarely comes out of our mouth. So when I hear that the Humane Society, of which Quinte West is financially supported, is at capacity, I have a hard time being a Quinte West resident supporting our community. Where's the help for our community? Yes, our money went to Quinte West, but if they're not helping to Belleville, but if Belleville's not helping the Quinte West community, somebody has to, and that's ARC. ARC will be there to help our community. ARC will be there to take in those rescues that can't go anywhere else. And what are these people supposed to do when the Humane Society is at capacity? Where do they go with their animals? Just recently, we had calls for a situation where the husband and wife were forced out of their house. They were going to be living in their car. They had a dog and 2 cats. Crying, calling us, what do we do? Bring your cats to us, we'll look after them. And then recently, we just had another call for a lady leaving an abusive relationship. She had 2 cats. Where does she go? The Belleville Humane Society is full. They reached out to us. We found the space through foster care. So we're not asking for money from the city. We're asking for help with a building that's not being utilized by the city. It's sitting empty. We'll pay all the facility fees. We'll pay the mortgage. We'll pay whatever we have to pay, heat, hydro, water. We're just asking for the 4 walls so that we can help the community of Quinte West be more compassionate towards the people and the animals in the city. That's what we're asking for.
Okay, well, we understand your request. And you and I both know cats are elusive. They're not just like, I could catch a dog a lot easier than I can catch a cat.
They're smarter.
Pardon?
The cats are smarter, sorry.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't know that. Thank you. You just taught me something. Sorry.
Mr. Mayor.
Councillor Quinte.
I just want to clarify something, that this lady keeps referring to the Belleville Humane Society. It's not the Belleville Humane Society. It's the Hastings and Prince Edward Humane Society, looking after animal care throughout Hastings County and Prince Edward County, and that includes Quinte West. So yes, the facility is located in Belleville,
right.
But Quinte West and Belleville both contributed financially to that organization, and we have a contract in place currently with the Humane Society.
And we still do contribute.
And we still do contribute.
Yes.
So I just wanted to clarify for everybody that's listening, because this is on a video,
Right.
That it is not the Belleville Humane Society.
Right. I apologize for that. I know it's.
That's okay. We knew what you meant.
Just
and
shortened it.
I think maybe Councillor Quinte is clarifying that he wants to stop and make a donation.
Yeah.
He knows where it is, so we'll suggest that.
And my cat, when I call him, he will come to me.
Okay. Well, that's good. I don't have
Kinda
that
nice.
problem. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything, thank you very much. Okay. Yes, I've still got room for public input, so come on up.
Your Worship, members of council, my name is Debbie Perry. I'm a resident of Brighton, Ontario, and I run a nonprofit organization called Perry's Paws and Claws. I'm a 100% volunteer nonprofit organization that assists rescues such as ARC, Animal Rescue Crew, and Perry's Paws and Claws were instrumental with working with the Brighton municipality in amending the pet bylaws there. We now have a bylaw in place that includes cats at large, which gives us a little bit more leverage. We work with Northumberland Humane Society. Even though Brighton did contribute money to the Hastings Prince Edward facility, cats are not able, where the border sort of stands in Brighton, we cannot take cats to the Belleville Hastings Humane Society. They have to go to Northumberland, which is why Northumberland is looking for expansion, because they are closing due to capacity many, many times a year. Most of the smaller rescues are close to intakes as of now. Animal Rescue Crew is one of the few that you will see that will take from all other rescues, from other shelters, because as MJ was saying, they don't know how to say no. They have helped with hoarding situations recently in Ottawa, and just today, they were discussing how do we help the cats affected by the wildfires. This is a phenomenal organization. I've done rescue for 45 years, and I have never come across a rescue so dedicated and so hardworking. And to provide a facility would be, it's their dream come true. So thank you for your time. Thank you for listening.
Yes, please. My name is Tracy. I am a volunteer. I'd like to thank MJ and Mel for the awesome presentation, and to all the volunteers for your tiring work for the rescue, and those that were able to be here today. We are not a duplication. We're an extension. We take the overflow. ARC is at the hoarders' houses. ARC is trapping stray cats and getting them spayed and neutered and vaccinated. ARC is taking the 4 to 6 month old pregnant kitten, unable or unwilling to be a mom. ARC is bottle feeding abandoned day old kittens in incubators on a 2 to 4 hour interval. ARC is taking vans full of cats to free or inexpensive spay and neuter programs. ARC is taking cats and kittens who need immediate care for eye removals, amputations, lacerations, infected wounds, and many other needs. ARC is working weekends and evenings. ARC is taking in those kittens born to an unspayed cat that the family couldn't afford to spay. Oh, and we do that too. We make sure mom gets spayed and return mom to the family or find her a new home. ARC is canvassing farms for barns that can and will house cats that are too wild to be adopted in homes. ARC is taking the overflow from other rescues. ARC is helping other rescues. ARC is running adoptions event in and out of the community and providing education. ARC is taking calls, Facebook messages, emails, website inquiries, and nurtures their connection to the community in every way we are able. ARC is there for people surrendering their pets due to unstable home or finances or homelessness. ARC is making those difficult decisions to spay, abort, and to euthanize. ARC is trying not to close their intake. ARC is actively searching for and has foster homes in and out of the community. ARC is paying enormous vet bills in the community. ARC is paying for dump runs in the community of used litter and broken equipment. ARC is paying for storage in the community. ARC is making the community safer with vaccination and ear tips on strays, colonies, and barn cats. ARC is working on the overpopulation in this community. ARC is full of volunteers and supporters who need and want our services. ARC is very visible in this community and needs a location to allow us to continue to educate and help people, cats and kittens. ARC has been working with kittens and cats for years behind the scenes. We know our mission, and now the community will see the commitment with a home right in the community. We are crazy cat, ladies and gentlemen, and we are all dedicated, helpful, and eager volunteers.
Much. I think we figured that out. Yes. Public input.
Mr. Mayor, councillors, I want to address, so I wrote a letter, and with your permission, I'd like to read it out, about two councillor members that I encountered an individual, and I want to just express my gratitude. So, Mayor Harrison and Councillor McHugh, this is directly directed to you, sir. I am speaking to you today to share a deeply moving story and to extend my heartfelt gratitude for your outstanding public service. During a recent
conversation with a resident at Dead Creek Road, she shared two deeply personal milestones where both of you stepped up in a moment of profound need. Mayor Harrison, she spoke with immense gratitude about how you stepped forward to provide invaluable support and care tailored to her son's unique needs, offering comfort to their family when it mattered most. Councillor McHugh, she also shared the following the recent passing of her husband. You went far above and beyond the call of duty, working tirelessly to help her navigate the overwhelming details and arrangements during a time of heavy grief. These two distinct acts of compassion speak volumes about your decorum, integrity, and genuine dedication to the public good. It is one thing to govern, but it is another entirely to show the level of deep, authentic care for the individuals within our community. This story was incredibly touching to hear, and it represents the very best of what local leadership should be. On behalf of myself and Murray Ward, thank you for both for your exceptional service and for truly looking out for our neighbors. Thank you, sir. I do have copies of the letter if you would like to receive them, but thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. McHugh. Have a good day.
Anyone else for public input? Anyone else? Okay, well,
Mr. Mayor, you have a motion on the floor I think we have to deal with for a staff report. Moved by, I think, Councillor Card and second by Councillor Sharp. Before we move on.
okay. Do you want to read the motion, Mr. Clerk?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The motion I have on the floor is that staff be directed to bring back a report regarding ARC's request.
Thank you.
And if I may, just also with the mention of, obviously, they mentioned the shelter, wanting a shelter possibility, but also if that isn't possible, if there isn't a entire facility, as Councillor Sharp alluded to, storage space for supplies and that sort of thing, if that is available, if there isn't a facility for options, at least to the report to look at.
Okay.
Noted.
I need, you got a mover and a seconder. So that's what I have to say. All in favor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carried. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And thank you very much to the cat lovers and all the people who are working hard to save them. And it definitely isn't me. I have a farm, and I've had, like Councillor Elliott, I don't know how many cats. And you know what on a farm kills cats? Coons. 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 They just devour them like they're going out of style. Anyways, that's okay. We'll keep going. Thank you very much. We're on to staff report by the resolution staff report 2026-0011 by Sarah Pond, Deputy City Clerk, Accessibility Coordinator regarding Audit and Risk Advisory Committee matters for Council's consideration and approval be received. And that, so I need a mover and a seconder for that one. Councillor McHugh moves, Councillor Reid second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Okay, the resolution, sorry. Councillor Sharp?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I do support it, and I know the vote's been called. I just wanted to take a moment to congratulate Sarah Pond on her new position as, of course, Deputy Clerk, but also as Accessibility Coordinator. Louise has retired and moved on, and the Accessibility Committee continues on until the new council reappoints. But I just wanted to congratulate her and let everyone know that Sarah Pond is our accessibility coordinator going forward if the community has any concern. So, thank you.
Might I add, she's also an England fan.
Oh, there you go, go.
That lost.
Hockey, or sorry, not hockey, soccer.
Way to rub it
Game
in.
on. Game on.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right, which resolution on the insurance actual analysis is information? Need a move in a second for that one. Councillor Elliott moves, seconded by Councillor Armstrong. Any questions? All in favor? Thank you very much. Okay. Next one, resolution, the council approves the City of Quinte West draft consolidated financial statements as presented, and further that council approve the 2025 City of Quinte West draft trust fund financial statements, and further that council approve the 2025 Quinte West water and wastewater draft financial statements. And further that council receives the 2025 Quinte West Public Library draft financial statement, and further that council receives the 2025 Downtown Business Improvement Area draft financial statement. So, we got a mover and a seconder? Councilor Quinte, Councilor McHugh. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if we could just back up, I think we missed the resolution there. The council receives the update on insurance and risk management activities in the 2026 Insurance and Risk Management Plan.
Which one?
It was the one previous to the one that you just voted on.
I thought we did that.
It's not the one that's.
The previous one of that was update on insurance actuary.
Council received the update on insurance actual analysis as information.
Yes, that one was done, and then the following one for the insurance and risk management activities.
Council receives the update on insurance and risk management activities and 26 insurance and risk plan as information. Okay? Okay, I need a mover and a seconder for that one. Councilor McHugh, Councilor Quinte, any comments or questions? All in favor? Thank you. Carried.
My only comment is nothing moves without insurance, so yay insurance.
Okay. So,
No, I'm not, I'm retired.
so the next one is resolution, council receives staff report regarding 25 investment results. Need that one. You move in a seconder. Councilor Reid moves, seconded by Councilor Boyce. Thank you. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Carried, thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, we missed a couple there.
Oh my God.
As well. So the year-end debt balances need to be received.
Is that the one for 27,000 or 27 million?
No, just before that one.
Oh, council received the year-end debt balance as attached. Okay, Councilor McHugh moves, seconded by Councilor Armstrong. All right. Questions or comments? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay. No, what's this?
Yep.
Council receives the year-end consolidated reserve and reserve fund report in the amount of 88 million. Is that the next one?
No, the next one, Your Worship, is the year-end development charges treasurer statement with reserve funds in the amount of $8,738,142 and a reserve fund net and DC deficit at a, DC debt at a deficit of $27,024,747.
Okay, over in a seconder, Councilor Quinte and Councilor McHugh. Getting extra money tonight. Any questions or comments? Any questions or comments? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay. Council receive year-end consolidated reserve and reserve fund report in the amount of $88,427,261. You move in a seconder. Council received the regarding. Why don't we do all three of those?
Great idea. 4 of them.
Okay. Do 4 of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do the 4 of them. mover and the seconder for the next four. Councillor Stidle, Councillor Quinte. Any comments or questions? Go ahead, Councillor Stidle.
I guess my comment is, reading through the number of resolutions, et cetera, this is an awful lot of financial data that had to be done at one meeting. And I would recommend going forward is that we not have all of this amount of work that's all done on one agenda. I think it needs to be, spread out a little bit. This is a huge amount of information,
Yes.
millions and millions
Lot
of
of
dollars.
information,
This is exactly what the city does. This is how we run our whole business. And that, my concern is that we're now all, putting our hands up and passing this, and we're having zero discussion on it because it was just too much. So I would recommend that staff now break these down. So at least if we're going to have this kind of financial information, at least have quarterly meetings at a minimum with financials.
Well, this isn't new. This is regular information that we've had for quite a while. Director Denouden, any comments at this time? Do you see a way we can break it down and do fewer one meeting, I guess, and
Yeah, Your Worship, the reason this all comes at the same time is because of year-end and statutory reporting. So debt reserves, financial statements, DCs, all these things kind of are reported of the prior year around the April-May timeframe, and then we bring that to our audit and risk. I'm open to discuss with the chair. We don't have any meetings left in the remaining term of council, but the new chair about potentially breaking into more meetings if that's makes sense for the committee, or if the request is just to have the same committee but split it into separate reports for council, we could do that also. So I'm open to ideas.
okay. Well, Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All this information was also brought forward on the June 22nd
Yes.
Audit and Risk Advisory Committee meeting. So it's not the first time it's been there. It's been out since almost a month ago, because it was in the audit and risk already.
Councillor Quinte.
And I just wanted to add to Councillor O'Neill's comments that there was significant discussion about insurance and the financial statements and the investments in the Audit and Risk Committee meeting. I don't know whether that meeting was ever able to be broadcast, though. And I tried to go and watch it, but I couldn't get anything to come across. I don't know if it was ever broadcast.
I don't know. It was.
If the staff even is able to save it.
We can confirm it has been broadcast. It is available.
It is, or it was?
It is.
Because it was very difficult to get to it. Like, you could see that there was a meeting there, but it just said the meeting will resume shortly or something to that effect, and nothing ever happened. So was there like a minute section where you could actually get to it and watch it? I guess I'm going to need more instructions on how to watch it. All right, thanks.
Well, they'll provide you with the instruction. Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And because of the volume of information, I have a notice of motion later on in the meeting that I would like to see council members and committee members have a longer period than what is now to be able to review the information before, so they can take longer to look at it, and also they can contact staff for questions. So I've tried to fix this by increasing the time limit that we're supposed to get the information. I don't like trying to break it up even further, because I feel at times we move too slow as it is, and if we break it up, then it just gets backed up, as far as I'm concerned.
That'll be for the next council. Right? Okay. Anything else? Mr. Clerk, what do you need?
We just need an all in favor, Your Worship.
All in favor. That's what we need. Carried, thank you. Okay. Now, I'm at Planning and Development, right? Yep. Resolution, staff by Kelly West, Manager of Planning Services, regarding zoning bylaw amendment 270 West Street be received, and the council approves application to amend the City of Quinte West zoning bylaw 14-86 for land owned by Center and South Hastings Waste Services Board, described as Part Lot 2 Concession 2, former Township, City of Trenton, now in the City of Quinte West, from the general industrial exception zone to the waste management exception 4, public staff report, and so on. So, okay, so we need a mover and a seconder.
I'll move it, Mr. Chair.
Councilor Elliott, Councilor McHugh. Comments or questions? Anybody? All in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay, now, so the next one is the staff report, Quinte West 2026-00109 by Brian Jardine, Director of Planning and Development Services, and Jennifer Corneef, Housing Action Plan Coordinator regarding JMK Homes 467 Front Street Housing Community Improvement Plan Development Charge Grant be received, and the council approves JMK Homes to receive funding through the Development Charge Grant as part of the Housing Community Improvement Plan for a 20-unit purpose-built rental development at 467 Front Street, Quinte West. Okay. Need a mover and a seconder for that one.
I'll move it to put on the floor.
Need a seconder. Seconder?
I'll second to put on the floor.
Councilor McHugh. Okay, any questions or comments? That's building on that land. Yes. All in favor? 1, 2. Carried, thank you. Okay. Resolution, Brian Jardine, Director of Planning, and Jennifer Cornreaper, Housing Action Coordinator, Dana DeLuca, Housing Community Improvement Plan Development Charge Grant be received, and that the council approve Danny DeLuca to receive funding through the Development Charge Grant and the Municipal Fees Grant as part of the Housing Community Improvement Plan for the purpose-built rental development at 182 Shooter Street, Trenton. Need a mover, Councilor McHugh, Councilor Stidall. Questions? All in favor? Carried, thank you. And staff by Brian Jardine, Director of Planning and Development Services, Jennifer Corneef, Housing Plan Coordinator regarding now development and altogether Affordable Housing Corporation at 1A George Street Housing Community Improvement Plan Tax Increment Equivalent Grant. So I need a mover, Councilor Quinte.
I'll be happy to do that one.
Okay, comments or questions? Sorry. Comments or questions? Councilor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's been a long time to get this going. Thank you for the organizers to do this. I'm very happy with what's going on and that we're able to do this with the help of the people doing it.
Thank you. We are too. All in favor, oh, sorry, Councilor Card.
Thank you, Your Worship. I would echo Councillor O'Neill's points. Long time coming. It's great to see the housing CIP program being utilized and that, helping facilitate this build. And I know it was a tremendous amount of staff work and, of course, with the developers and nonprofits, everyone involved on that side. So, congratulations to all. This is great.
All in favor? Carried, thank you. Now, am I at E? Is that the one I'm at, or have I still got?
Yep.
Okay. E, am I at E?
This one here.
No?
No, passed.
D. Director of Planning, this is report Quinte West 2026-0011 by Brian Jardine, Planning Development Services, Jennifer Corneef, Housing Action Plan Coordinator regarding Quinte West, now development and altogether Affordable Housing Corporation, 1A George Street Housing Community Improvement Plan, Tax Increment Equivalent Grant.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's the one we just did.
Here,
Yeah, we're on that.
Connect Quinte Affordable Housing is the one you're on.
So the next one then is, again by Brian and Jennifer, Housing Action Coordinator regarding now Development Incorporated and altogether Affordable Housing Corporation, 1A George Street. That's the one.
No, Mr. Mayor, that's the one we just did. The next one is the Connect Quinte Affordable Housing Corporation, 1B George Street, for the tax increment equivalent grant.
What am I missing?
E.
This one, okay, sorry. Okay, this one is, again, Quinte West, 2026-00112, by Brian Jardine, Director of Planning and Development Services, and Jennifer Corneve, Housing Action Plan Coordinator regarding Connect Quinte Affordable Housing Corporation, 1B George Street, Housing Community Improvement Plan, Tax Increment Equivalent Grant. And the resolution that staff report, 2026-00112, by Brian Jardine, Director of Planning and Development Services, and Jennifer Corneve, Housing Action Plan Coordinator regarding Connect Quinte Affordable Housing Corporation, 1B George Street Housing Community Improvement Plan, tax increment equivalent grant be received, and that council approves Connect Quinte Affordable Housing Corporation to receive funding through the tax increment equivalent grant and the municipal fees grant as part of the Housing Community Improvement Plan for a 42-unit purpose-built rental development, public staff report, and so on. Okay, 42 unit. Moved by Councillor Quince, second by Councillor Boyce. Any questions or comments?
Hurry up, let's get these built.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Okay. Minutes of the Planning Advisory meeting held on June, sorry, that the minutes of the Planning Advisory meeting held on June 18th be approved. Minutes back, June. Moved by Councillor Reed, second by Councillor McHugh. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I have a comment.
Go ahead.
I want to thank Mr. Allier for his long service on the planning committee. As I joined the planning committee back in 2014 and been the vice chair, I think, since 2018, and it was only the second meeting I chaired because Mr. Allier sits in the chair for every planning committee.
Did you give him permission to be away?
Well, you wanted him to be away because he was doing something extremely important that evening, which will come out later in the news.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm not telling. I'm not telling. Oh, okay. All in favor? I think that's what I need. Okay. Thank you. Now the minutes, and so proclamations that council proclaimed July 30th, 2026 as International Day of Friendship in the city of Quinte West, and further that the Quinte West sign at the Veteran Skyway Bridge be illuminated in the color yellow on July 30th, 2026, pending no scheduling conflicts. Moved by Councillor McHugh, seconded by Councillor Roseblade. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, any questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Carried. That's good. We're going right through here. Which one did I do last? Okay, I think it's, this one is the resolution that council proclaim August 9th, 26 as International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples in the city of Quinte West, and further that the Quinte West sign and the Veteran Skyway Bridge be illuminated in the color orange on August 9th, pending no scheduling conflict. Councillor Armstrong, Councillor Steno. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Carried, thank you. And the next one is council proclaim August the 12th as International Youth Day in the city of Quinte West. And further, that the Quinte West sign, Veteran Skyway Bridge, be illuminated in multi-green color on August the 12th, pending no scheduling conflicts. Mover and a seconder, Councillor Armstrong, Councillor Reed. Any comments or questions? All in favor? Thank you very much. Carried. All right, correspondence, printed information. Mover and a seconder for printed. Councillor Quince, Councillor McHugh. Any questions or comments?
Yes,
All
Mr. Mayor. In the minutes, there was a letter for public input that we didn't discuss during public input involving a crosswalk from Natasha Ugulu regarding a crosswalk on, I believe it's Dufferin Street. I don't know if I have the right street. Near Kruger Products,
That's
where
right.
there's
That's Dufferin.
Creswell.
is it Creswell?
Yeah.
Is that what the street is? She was requesting about signal lighting at that crosswalk. There is a crosswalk there, but it doesn't have any signal lights, and I wondered if we could refer that, this letter to the,
To the
traffic.
CAO and
No,
ask for a
to the
report.
Traffic Safety Committee.
Well, he can take it wherever he likes, but,
Well, I think.
bring us back a report.
I think Mr. Angelo already has 17,000 balls that he's juggling, so
Well,
I'd like to
one
see this
more.
to go to the Active Transportation and Traffic Safety Committee for them to review at their next meeting, please.
Yeah, well, that's where it'll go.
Yes.
Okay. Do I need
Does that work for everybody?
All in favor? I guess that's all I need. Carried, thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Mayor, there was one I wanted to pull.
Sorry.
There's one, we're talking about correspondence, the item
Yes,
13.1A, or 1A, the Quinte Conservation Preliminary Budget. It indicated that comments are needed by September 4th. It's a 2.6% increase, but this is because of the changes with the Conservation Authority, that it needs to be passed in advance. So just if there is anything, just a note for councillors to make sure that it at least gets voiced before the next one. 2.6% seems reasonable, but there might be something in there.
Councillor Quinte, any comment? You're on that committee.
Yeah, we're just following the instructions from the minister
Yeah.
to the best of our ability to get these budgets in place. I believe all conservation authorities are doing this so that the minister gets a chance to look at everything. Now that they are putting everything together into their 7 conservation authorities, they are restricting the conservation authorities to making any investments or making any changes to what they're doing, hiring people or not hiring people. So we have to reach out and ask them, and one of the instructions was given was for us to do our budgeting process so they could have a look at what's happening. That's what I understand. So.
Well, anyways, it's good. That's if everybody else could do that, it'd be fantastic, including us. Yeah.
And I might add, Mr. Mayor, Lower Trent's meeting the other day, we sent our draft through, and I think it probably didn't get there in time for it to be on this agenda, but will have to be dealt with in August in the same vein as Councillor Kunsley's talking. So it's very restrictive, but we got to get it out there one way or the other.
No, I've included it as part of the motion to refer it.
Okay, notice the motion, that council meeting, so. Do you want to make any reference, Councillor Neal, or?
I don't believe it comes up at the next council meeting. I believe we can vote on it right now because it's in the agenda.
That's correct.
And my comment would be, right now, the requirement's at least 24 hours beforehand. I don't think that's enough time. The city doesn't usually go 24 hours, but I'd like to change it to at least 5 days prior. So the members, the council members and any committee members have time to review it and ask questions before the meeting.
Okay, well, I haven't any trouble with what you're asking, so.
I'll second.
That's fine. Councillor O'Neill and Councillor McHugh second. Okay, thank you. All in favor? Pardon? Sorry.
Just a question. So this is 5 days, 5 calendar days, not 5 business days. So it's not like a week and a half before. It's,
Correct.
Okay. And I'm just wondering, I just refer to staff if there's any issues with this. It just means everybody has to get the reports done a bit earlier, or is there any major concerns that anyone wants to voice?
I believe most of the time you're meeting the 5 days as it is, but I just think the bylaw needs to be updated to make it firm. It doesn't mean that it can't be less than 5 days, but there has to be a reason for it if there's less.
Okay, all in favor, I guess that's what I need.
Councillor Clare had a question.
Oh, sorry, Councillor Card, sorry.
Yeah, thank you, Your Worship. No, my question was similar to Councillor Steddles. I guess if staff wanted to weigh in, if there's some reason that this isn't doable, or I guess what the mechanism would be to include, like, what would be the process for something that arises after that 5-day point?
Yeah, through you to Councillor Carr, the rest of council, the clerk's department certainly does our best in terms of putting together committee agendas. With council, we're always the Thursday before. We're consistent with that. Committee agendas are a little bit more difficult. We tend to have correspondence that comes in at the last minute. The reports are kind of done, not last minute, but they, it takes a little bit longer to put them together. But we certainly will do our best. I mean, if reports or we don't get agendas to get, or we get the agendas out within 5 days and there's material missing, obviously that would result in supplemental agendas being released after the fact. But as I said, we'll certainly do our best to meet the 5-day deadline.
Okay, thank you.
Councillor Sharp had her hand up.
Councillor Sharp, question or comment, or? No, you're good, okay. All right, so how about bylaws? We got one additional to the bylaws that was given to you, which is the fees and so on, so we.
Did we vote on that yet?
No.
Okay.
Pardon?
Got to vote on it still.
Vote on. Oh, thought we did. No. Okay. All right, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Gee, I'll get done here soon. Okay, next we got is the bylaws, is what I got in front of me. Yep. And I want to include the bylaw that is on your desk.
Yep.
I want that to be included as a bylaw to be voted on tonight. And this gives you the information that you need with respect to the camping in Frankfurt and non-prime hourly bookings and so on, and your other fee schedules. So they're all there inclusive.
Yep, Mr. Mayor, if I may, just for the public's awareness, the fees that you see in this bylaw, and for the public's awareness as well, the fees that you see in this bylaw had been approved in principle by council at the last meeting. Director Grimman and Samantha Reed had reports that spoke to these items, so this is just to ensure.
Updated information.
Updated information, yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Your Worship, and just as you recall, it's save and accept bylaw 26097
Right.
under financial services.
Yes, save and accept that bylaw. That bylaw is not to be passed tonight. Okay, all clear? Clear as mud? Okay. Need a mover and a seconder? Councillor Quinte moves and seconded by somebody over on my left. Councillor Card, okay. Anything else? All in favor? Carried, thank you. And, all right, so I think we got one more, haven't we? That's the confirmation bylaw. That's the one I'm ready for. Anybody need two for confirmation and two for adjournment? And
There's new business, I believe. Did you have something, Councillor Carr?
got CAO. Do we have to? Okay.
Your Worship, just before we finish the meeting, one question. The delegation that presented to council tonight regarding the corner of 4th Avenue and Dundas Street, is there anything that council wants to do or wishes to do with respect to that delegation? Or just receive it for information?
Councillor Quinte.
Well, it's always really difficult when we're talking about development charges, and do any of the staff members feel there's any kind of merit or warrant to the request because of delays? It doesn't sound like the delays had anything to do with Quinte West staff. Did I hear that correctly?
Your Worship, from my understanding, and Mr. Jardine can correct me, the building permit application has been submitted. They provided comments back on that application last week. There's still time if the developer wanted to and pushed it forward for addressing those comments from the building officials for a building permit to be issued. So it's entirely in their court to meet the deadline. Perhaps Mr. Jardine can add some additional information.
Yes, through Mr. Mayor. Yeah, that's correct. I think though I did speak to building staff today, and some of the comments that went back to the applicant last week are fairly significant and will require fairly significant plan changes. I think also Mr. Hershon was quite open in saying that he didn't believe he would be able to meet that timeline because of the changes that are required to be made. So definitely the ball is in his court to make those changes. Again, if we receive the permit applications or the revisions with all of the changes that have been requested and required under the Act, then we would turn it around quickly for the issuance of a permit. But it's in Mr. Hershon's hands. Whether he can meet that deadline by next week or not, that would be for him to answer.
Councillor O'Neill.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you to Director Jardine. They're talking about $120,000 in extra development charges, but what about our new housing plan? Are they going to be eligible for incentives through the new housing plan to essentially reduce some of those costs?
Yes, through Mr. Mayor, that's a good point. In fact, Ms. Gurney mentioned that to me as he was speaking. When Mr. Hershon gave his presentation earlier, he did refer to the affordability of the units, the rental units that he's proposing. Now, I obviously haven't been party to all of his conversations that he's had through this process with staff. They probably haven't touched on that. But I think what we would do is, in the first instance, we would reach out to him because he may actually be eligible, if he meets provincial standards, he may be eligible for further reductions in his development charge as of right. So we can have that conversation with them. But more to your question, this project would be eligible to apply for the CIP for the next round of intake, which would open up in the fall.
Okay, Councillor Quinte.
Just a follow-up question. So from what I'm hearing, this extension would be much longer than just like 7 days. It could be 7 months from what I'm hearing, because you said this significant issues that needed to be, whatever they have to be done to it. And I don't want to hold anybody to a time frame, but it doesn't sound like 7 days is going to be enough. Is that what I'm hearing? For an extension, a 7-day extension? I don't want to make it a 7-month thing.
Director Jardine.
Yeah, through Mr. Mayor, again, hard to say. I think 7 months would be excessive. I think the developer, based on his presentation this evening and certainly all of the work that he's done to date, is eager to move forward and intends to move forward with the project. This is a live project. This is not something that somebody's talking about doing a year from now or 2 years from now. So, yeah, hard to say whether it is going to be 7 days, 17 days, 27 days. 7 months sounds very excessive, though. I don't expect it to take that long.
Thank you. Anybody else? I'm going to ask Mr. Clerk to clarify a couple of points for all of us. We've been accused by one of the audience members here of having closed meetings. Could you clarify for him and all the rest of the people watching what closed meetings we've had and how did we handle the process?
Mr. Mayor, I'm not sure I'm aware of what you're referring to, but
you keep us legal, right?
Yes, I do. I do my best.
Yeah, so have we had closed meetings that have been illegal?
No.
Thank you, that's for sure. And I don't like comments where somebody says I'm not legal and not doing things according to the law, especially when you don't know what you're talking about. That's what bothers me. But the clerk will clarify for you any information at any time, so you know what we're doing. And then the other one is closed sessions. What meetings do we have that are closed session? Can you clarify how we can legally have a closed session meeting?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, the Municipal Act outlines several exceptions to the open meeting requirements. So every time that we need to meet in camera, council is required to pass a motion which outlines the reasons, the exceptions to those open meeting requirements for going in camera or for going into a confidential session, which we do. We do that at the beginning of every meeting. That's the information is on the public agenda as to why we're going into closed session, so that the public is aware why that's happening. And we share as much information about closed session as possible to do our best to remain transparent.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Councillor Sharp, sorry. Councillor Sharp.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know this is further along and maybe not with protocol, but when Mr. Hersham had his delegation at that time, there was no Q&A with council. We moved right to the next delegation. Now we are discussing it, and as I see it, Mr. Hersham's handed it up, and I wondered if we could allow him that second opportunity to speak to answer the questions that now council is raising at the end of the meeting. So that is my request.
I don't know.
Yeah, just say yes.
Pardon? Virtual. Yeah, okay, go ahead. If you,
Thank
if we
you.
didn't answer all your questions, we'll try.
Hi, can you, everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine.
Okay, I just wanted to address the point of the extension. Yeah, 7 months is way excessive. If anything, between, I think we can get this done in less than a month. I'm actually going to be resubmitting tonight the updated permit set. Where I'm getting stuck is, so I'm the architect on the project, and I'm doing all of this based on my own expertise. I just need a little bit of extra input from a mechanical engineer to address the mechanical questions on the permit set, but all other items have been addressed with this next round of submission. What I can't control, obviously, is the review, and that's obviously based on staff's availability and other projects that are ahead of me in the timeline. So that's why I'm requesting an extension to the deadline, and just a small, either a few weeks to a month would be ideal for me, just to get everything wrapped up for the building department to sign off on the permit.
Okay, Councillor O'Neill.
I'd like to make a motion to extend the deadline for this development for 1 month.
Okay, thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a seconder. Got more than one seconder. Okay, any other comments or questions? Anyone else? Councillor Katsoupas.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And just further to that motion, is Mr. Hershon aware of the CIP, as mentioned a couple minutes earlier? Is your team aware of that?
I was not. No, I wasn't. Some more information on that would be great.
Another
Thank
benefit
you.
for the project. Thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're good with that one? Okay. Anything else? All in favor? Carried. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, according to me, I'm at confirmation bylaw and adjournment. That's where I'm at. Councillor Armstrong wants to do both of them. Thank you. Okay. All right. Need a seconder. Councillor Elliott does the rest. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And have a great evening. And I hope the air is better. Thank you.